Alright, perfect. Hello everybody. This is Ross Boylan and Andy Cook.
Are we live?
And, yeah, we're live.
Alright, great. Hey, here we are. Good. Sorry, I stepped over your lines.
Yeah.
Go for it, Ross.
Well, I'm Ross Boylan, this is Andy Cook.
Hi, everyone.
And we're going to give you a few updates from the hospitality industry for this week.
A weekly roundup, so to speak.
A weekly roundup.
Do you mind if I start?
Not at all.
I'm going to start with a timely issue. It's we've advanced far enough into legislative session that it's time for us to let our lawmakers know what's important. And right now, what's important to us and a lot of people that we share this industry with is tourism. As many of you may know, we are the only state in America that is not publicly funded for a tourism marketing program, and we're asking our lawmakers to push a bill through that will help us to fund a statewide tourism marketing program.
Why would we want to put money into tourism, Andy?
Because it's a return on the investment. The ROI is huge. Every
So
state.
you're just making that up?
No, I'm not making that up. It's absolutely true.
Huh.
Or matter of fact, just recently Oregon upped their game, and they're seeing massive returns. And we're not even asking for taxpayer dollars on this, really.
We'll move some money around, I think.
Well, it's about matching funds. It's
money collected from the cities collected. There's a whole bunch of different methods that could be employed.
Right.
We just want our legislators to know it's important to include it in this year's budget.
Right. So all the tourism interest is asking of you is to contact your lawmaker. It is you want to tell them you want them to support funding for Substitute House Bill 1123. There's a link right above us in the posts that'll take you right to where you want to go. And I think that the best thing that you can do is to personalize the message.
How's this message? Hi, would you please support House Bill 1123?
I would probably even make it more personal. Hey,
more personal than that?
I was really happy to enthusiastically vote for you, and I really want to do that again. It was great seeing you last week at the supermarket or coffee shop, or I don't think you really need to blow it all that out of proportion, but
just let them know you're a
make
human
it personal.
being.
Don't make it seem like you're a robot caller.
Yeah.
Moving on.
All right.
What's next on our list?
Well, we got a new 2-minute video out this week. We come out with them every other week, and Sabrina, our 2-minute videoer, keeps you up to date on all the news you need to know. It's not quite as good as this program, personally.
Right.
But it's a good roundup of legislative news and a quick 2-minute bite.
You know, Russ, I was just about to talk about what you talked about, and then I realized that if we did that, it would take us longer than 2 minutes. So just hit the link and go watch Sabrina Rodriguez talk about the news in a more professional manner than we're able to do it.
Absolutely.
And I think what we'd like to do next is, what do you think? Should we cut away to Lex?
Yeah.
Every week we do a feature on our website called Eye on Hospitality, and this week is very tech focused. And Lex Nepomuceno is not only our communications director, but he is also director of technology here for the Hospitality Association. Over to you, Lex.
Hey guys. So basically, the article is Eye on Hospitality, focusing on mobile apps. And the funny thing with mobile apps is people have kind of gone away from them for a while, and now people are creating them again. And what we're finding is that businesses, hotels, restaurants, anybody who has a steady flow of customers are finding that apps really make it a convenient experience for them. For me, for example, oftentimes I go up to Seattle and I might want to get something at Panera Bread because there's a Panera Bread on the way from the office here in Olympia to Seattle. I just plug in my order and then I stop at Panera Bread, pick it up, and I head up north. And I don't have to wait in line. I pay the same price. I can park in the to-go parking slots. So there's a lot of convenience there. I think a lot of businesses are picking up on that. The interesting thing about kind of my workflow with mobile apps and this is that's about the only time I go to Panera Bread. So whenever I go to Panera Bread, I always use the mobile app. So McDonald's has picked up on this. One of the pioneers in mobile apps has really been Starbucks, and a big part of that is because they've done a good job integrating it into their gift card program, into their just to their own card program, so that you could pay for your drinks and food that way. And they've really started gamifying it. So the article goes a little bit into Starbucks, McDonald's, other organizations, but it also goes into what hotels are doing now. It's really amazing what hotels are getting into with mobile apps. You can check into the hotel without being in line anymore. I know a number of hotels. There's going to be a number of hotels launching in Seattle over the next few years. and I know firsthand that they are going to be including the functionality where you could go into your room with your app using what they call near field communications and some other similar technologies. So it's all exciting stuff, and the trend that we saw going away from mobile apps is now coming back because you're having businesses finding that they're needing a lot of very specific requirements that you can't just do on a mobile website. So we're seeing this trend continue, and that's why we had Paul Schleens write about it. Any questions?
Nope. Thanks, Lex.
And we're back. And speaking of apps,
Yeah, that was great. I love that.
I loved it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I stepped over.
Well, I
your line.
just wanted to take this moment to do some
Segue in.
some shameless self-promotion
Segue
of something I've been involved
All right.
in. We have an app out for our next event.
Which is?
It's called Washington Hospitality Events is the name of the app, and we just published the new event for it, which is the Seattle Washington Hospitality Summit.
And we segued from apps and tech into our next topic.
Yeah,
the
we
Washington
should talk about the
Hospitality
summit.
We're not gonna spend a whole lot of time talking about it, but it is solidified. It's happening on April 4th at the Renaissance Hotel in Seattle, and we're gonna have a keynote speaker on using tech efficiently, how to get the most out of technology in the hospitality industry. I think it's from the Tech Association.
Yeah, we're also going to have tipping and service charges panel.
Right.
And
There's a lot of people not only in Seattle but outside. The industry-wide, people are wondering how effective is it to switch from a tipping model to a service charge model.
Yeah, but this is a Seattle-specific
Right.
event, and there will be Seattle-specific people there talking about how they've dealt with this issue.
Right.
We're also going to have a breakout session on human trafficking, and we're going to have a breakout session on the new health code signs, the emoji signs.
I'm going to say that the breakout session for human trafficking is going to be hosted by Best, and I encourage you to look them up. They're a worthy organization. The next thing is a couple more Seattle-specific topics. One's the emojis.
Mm-hmm.
That now,
Yeah.
and for instance, I lived in New York for a number of years, and they would have like the classic rating A+, B,
Sure.
We're switching to emojis.
The classic.
And, is causing a lot of people to scratch their heads so that they can understand it. And so we want to help them to get on the same page.
I'm told I'm supposed to understand it because I'm a millennial, but
Well,
I don't.
yeah, I guess
don't get it.
It's out of context.
Yeah.
And there's a proposed expansion of the convention center as well.
Yeah, so there will be and there's someone from the Tourism Alliance there too. So someone from the Convention Center and someone from the Tourism Alliance
Right.
will be there talking about that.
Right. So again, that's April 4th.
April 4th at the Renaissance Hotel in Seattle. And you can get tickets to go or exhibit by clicking on the link that's right below this post.
It's not too late to
Above
register.
on Facebook, below on YouTube.
Right, and I think it's only $30, and there's going to be some appetizers, and there's a whole happy hour that's being sponsored by Budweiser. So there's that.
Yeah, so come for the beer if
Right.
nothing else.
Wait out the traffic and good company. And let's wrap this up with the hiring event.
Our last event. It's Tacoma's the next one, right? We're gonna have a
It's in-
few.
We're doing. By the way, we're doing these summits. We're kind of shorthanding it as a roadshow. We're going to be traveling around the state and doing a lot of mini conventions to talk about the things that are important to where you are. And we're going to be doing the same thing. We have been doing the same thing with hiring events. The hiring events are super cool in that we're gathering a lot of hospitality employers that have positions to fill that day. They're going there to hire people, and we are helping to not only provide them with vetted candidates for employment, but we're also throwing our Education Foundation resources into eliminating any barrier that might be between an unemployed person and employment in the hospitality industry. And these are good jobs. Some of these jobs are general managers. Some of these, there's at least one job that pays almost 6 figures. So it's,
Wow.
yeah. And so I encourage you, maybe you are already in the industry and you're thinking about taking that next step up, come to the hiring event.
Yeah.
There's
It's
people that are
a
interested in talking to you.
Pierce County specific hiring event.
It's at the Marana Hotel in downtown Seattle, downtown Tacoma, and that's what day is that? April 10th, 13th.
I thought it was the 13th.
I think you're right, 13th, April 13th. But at any rate, you don't need to listen to us for facts.
Yeah, it's the 13th.
That's why we put these post links.
It's the 13th.
It is 13th.
Yeah, it's the
Good.
13th.
And so that we hope to see you at the Hotel Murano, even if you're just there to check it out to see if it's going to be worth your time integrating with the next one. But I mean, the first one we did was in Seattle, and there was a guy that literally just got off of a boat and was wandering by and wondered what's going on here, and because he had specialized training in specific equipment, he was hired for a $55,000 a year job like that.
Well, that's good endorsement for people that are looking for jobs. Give me a good endorsement for people who are looking to give people jobs. How many jobs they give away at the last one?
68. The goal of this one for this one is double that.
Wow.
More than double, 150.
Yeah.
And
so we know hiring's hard up there. Come by, scoop some people up.
right.
Yeah. All right.
And
I think that's all we got for this week.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you
right.
all for tuning in or for watching this in the future.
Hopefully this was helpful or not unhelpful. If you have any
Right.
comments about how we could do better, you can always post them down here.
Yeah,
Let us
do.
know.
Please do.
Let us know because we'll be doing this again next week.
Or give us something to talk about. We'd love
Yeah,
to do
what
that
do you
as
want to
well.
know?
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
See you next week.